Before you cancel FEGLI Option B, there's a couple things you need to consider to make sure you're not making a big mistake. Hi, I'm Micah and this is the FERS Federal Fact Check. Today we have a question from Christopher on before canceling FEHB, what things should he consider? I've researched the cost of insurance and purchased a 20-year fixed plan that costs less than half of what FEGLI, Federal Employee Group Life Insurance, will be for me starting next year. I'm 54 and FEGLI premiums jump 60% more at age 55 and even more at age 60, more than double. Before I cancel Option B, FEGLI multipliers currently 5 times is there anything I should consider? I'm keeping the basic in Option A that'll carry into retirement at the 75% reduction, so it'll be at no additional cost at 65. He said free. I like to say no additional cost because you've already paid for it. You know, Christopher, that is a great question that you have, and there are some things that we really need to be thinking about. Number one, I love the fact that you're thinking about replacing your FEGLI, Federal Employee Group Life Insurance, that Option B, right, the multiples. It's a wonderful thing. I love the fact that you have it as a benefit. I love that you can get it and it's guaranteed insurability when it comes in. So God forbid, if you had a medical issue, it's going to be covered. It'll pay almost no matter what, no matter how you pass away. Odd fact, assuming your beneficiary doesn't kill you, that's the one time that it doesn't pay. Assuming that doesn't happen, then it's gonna pay in almost any circumstance, which is really nice, and you get to keep it in retirement. Those are beautiful things with FEGLI, your Federal Employee Group Life Insurance. What's the downside of that Option B? That's where you get your multiples that up to 5 times your salary. See the basic and then 5 times up to multiples of FEHB. It gets expensive. And here's how do you know an insurance company wants you to go somewhere else? They start raising your premiums, and that's really what happens north of 35, right? You see it when you're 55, you kind of forget about it, then you're about to turn 55 and it's like doubling, you're like, holy moly. At 60, it virtually does it again, and that's when most people realize how much they paid for FEGLI, Federal Employee Group Life Insurance. So Christopher, good job for seeing this in advance. So a couple things you need to consider before you cancel it. Number one, you need to get the right insurance in place first. So what's the right insurance? If you pass away, how much is going to be needed? Now, Tammy Flanagan and I just did a podcast all about life insurance. I'm pretty sure it's episode 24. So if you go to our website, planyourfederalretirement.com/24, there's about 30 or 40 minutes just on FEGLI and things you need to consider. So number one, do you have the right policy? And we talk about that in there. Making sure it's enough of a death benefit and long enough that's going to get you covered. Those are really important things. Now, if you've already done that and you don't have it, then great, you're good to cancel FEGLI. You always want to have your private insurance in place first, so then you're going to cancel FEGLI, so you're going to be a little bit doubly insured. I jokingly tell clients when they do this, make sure you're cooking dinner for the next 2 weeks because now you're worth a lot of money dead. Just kidding, of course, right? So you want to have that policy in place, then later you can cancel FEGLI. I love the fact that you're thinking about keeping the basic into retirement. The way the basic insurance works is you're paying for it up until 65, but at 65 you can choose a 75% reduction. So let's assume your benefit was $100,000. It goes down 2% per month to only 25% remains. That's $25,000, but then it's paid up. You've spent your entire career paying into it. This is the paid up portion of your policy. So I think that makes a lot of sense to keep. And Christopher, it looks like you're on top of that. If you have questions like this and want to know how it applies to your personal situation, then contact us. That's why we're here, to help give you great information and advice so you can make an educated and informed decision about your retirement. Or if you just have a question that you'd like possibly featured, then leave it in the comments below. Share this with friends. We love hearing it. Leave us your question and then you might be featured in the next FERS Federal Fact Check.